You can think of the sprint review and demo like a movie. It's the very end of it, the conclusion. This video is going to talk about sprint review and the sprint demo and how your team can win an Oscar nominee, be that Golden Globe for your team to be successful in this meeting with your stakeholders.
Ever wondered what a sprint review is and why it's critical for a team's success? Well, buckle up because we're about to dive into the world of Scrum methodology. A sprint review, in essence, is a meeting held at the end of a sprint, a designated period of work. It's a time to inspect the work done, or the increment, and adapt the product backlog, a list of tasks to be tackled if necessary. The main goal? To elicit feedback and foster collaboration, ensuring everyone is on the same page. So, sprint reviews are a crucial time to reflect, adapt, and plan for the next step. Why does a sprint review matter so much to a team's success? Let's dive into that. Imagine a software development team working diligently on their project. They've done a great job, but somehow a critical bug slipped through the cracks. Now, this is where the sprint review comes in. During the review, the team identifies the issue, and they adapt the product backlog accordingly. This action not only prevents the same mistake from happening in the future, but also fosters a learning environment. It's a real-world example of the saying, mistakes are stepping stones to success. But that's only one side of the coin. Sprint reviews aren't just about catching mistakes. They also serve as a valuable tool for building team morale. Take a moment to think about the sense of accomplishment you feel when you've completed a challenging task. Now, imagine sharing that feeling with your entire team. That's exactly what happens during a sprint review. It's the time to celebrate the achievements of the team, big or small. This celebration not only strengthens the bonds within the team, but also motivates everyone to strive for better in the next sprint.
I want to thank everybody for making it this far in the video. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like this video. Continues more content going forward. Now, let's get back into the topic.
In essence, sprint reviews serve as a mirror for the team. They reflect both the achievements and the areas of improvement, allowing the team to grow together. Thus, sprint reviews not only help catch oversights, but also boost team morale, ensuring continuous improvement. How can a team make the most out of their sprint reviews? Let's dive into some practical ways to enhance your sprint review process. First and foremost, it's essential to have clear definitions of done. This not only provides a concrete goal for the team to strive for, but also nurtures a culture of quality and completion. Now, separating sprint reviews from retrospectives is another important practice. Sprint reviews focus on the product, while retrospectives focus on the process. Keeping these separate helps maintain a clear focus and reduces confusion. And how about harnessing the power of technology to boost team morale and build stronger connections? Consider using informal videos to share progress. It's a fun, engaging way to keep everyone in the loop, no matter where they are located. Improving your sprint review process is not a one-time task. It's about continuous refinement based on your team's experiences and feedback. It's about fostering an environment where open communication thrives, clear definitions guide your efforts, and a culture of celebration and continuous improvement drives your team forward. Remember, the key to a successful sprint review is open communication, clear definitions, and a culture of celebration and continuous improvement.
So in this video, we're going to talk about what you should do, the practical portion of the sprint review and demo that we just described in the previous sections of this video. So first of all, sprint review and demo, often they combine, those words are kind of intertwined. To really decouple the both, the review is that acceptance of that work, and the demo is showcasing that work. So usually they combine them because you showcase the work and then they're approved after, right? So keep that in mind. Often I've seen them combined. You can separate it if you want. Maybe you demo and then you have a next section of the smaller group or the people buying off or the product owners that actually say, yes, this is done. But I'll leave it up to you. Really, I want to cover maybe a combined version that I've seen happen a lot and maybe you can use in your team. And so I actually put the checklist that I usually go through for these events that's combined right here. So the first thing important is preparing the agenda prior to the meetings. So you can see here I have a Confluence page that I created. There's actually a template for this one, so you don't have to even reinvent the wheel. There's plenty of templates here. But the idea is that you can document which items you're going to demo, who's presenting it, maybe some high-level notes of the intention of it or any other details that's not in the user story name. I might just link that here just so people can see more details if they need to. Also the time box for each, right? So I think it's important to do this in advance because some stakeholders might not be able to join every single meeting. And so if you can give them this in advance, the people that need to be there, the stakeholders, can actually plan this in their schedule. So that's why it's important. And also have the team create this, right? Work together. We have an hour time box. Fit whatever you think is most impactful in that hour. Keep in mind there is going to be questions and some items of discussion. So give some extra time for that. And how to organize that as well is usually in the daily stand-up before or even the day of, I'll actually have that conversation of let's put our agenda together. Let's make sure we have time boxes for each so we can making sure we look like one cohesive team going into the buyers or the stakeholders that are in that next meeting, which is the demo, right? And the review, which is this. So you can see here, I created the agenda, have some time boxes, have what exactly work items, and presenters. Also have some section for usually 5 or 10 minutes. I'll leave actions or any discussions next step. There might be some additional meetings or discussions I need to get set up that you couldn't do in this time box. Remember, there should be a lot of people here, or there might be a lot more people than your usual meetings. So you don't need everybody here, and you want to be respectful of their time as well. So making sure you're having a smaller section out group for things that might be more particular for that person or stakeholder that's asking. So important, you section out some time for this item here. So you are now in the demo review. Someone needs to record this. If you're able to record it in your organization, I would record it. Sometimes there's restrictions on this, and that's fine if you can't. Maybe take some notes. I think that's important. I think recording is the best because there's some people that might not be able to make it, but they might want to watch the recording. And so for me, I'd rather have people have that option than not have that option because they might actually provide feedback that helps your team out later on the road, less rework, get that feedback that's critical so you can be successful with this product, whatever you're creating. So recording is important. The next item here is a team presents the work. So as a leader, as a scrum master or manager, whoever's doing the work presents it, right? There's two folds on that one of why. Number one, ownership, right? When we're completing our work, we're showcasing it, right? Taking ownership of what we built. Second thing is visibility. I think it's great visibility for the teams to actually do that because a lot of times they're working in the background and maybe those stakeholders are not talking or meeting with those people every day. And so they get a moment to actually showcase their work to the rest of the people in the business and making sure that, again, we can get feedback straight from the people that might use this. Another item here is usually as a leader, I'll actually document this, or as a scrum master, I'll document this, which is the feedback and actions. So a lot of times when the team's presenting, they having their screen shown, so they might not be able to have that option to take notes while they're reviewing and making sure they're going through the steps they need to go to. So just have someone capture these. Usually I capture in the same Confluence page here, so action items and decisions, because then at the end, when I go to this last section, I can showcase and making sure I didn't miss anything, right? It's important you can visually see what has been documented. Very important. I think it helps out. And then there might be some discussions that go more detailed. And there's always someone that has a particular point of view with that product or even the technology, and they go really into details. And that's fine. We can have those discussions. But with these time boxes here, you have to fit within the time box allowed. And sometimes it's an hour, usually about an hour, I think, unless it's a bigger team. But I think an hour and a half is pretty safe for this meeting. And if there's anything out of that time box, though, hey, it sounds like a great discussion. I'll take an action to set something up so we can have this further in more details with a smaller group. Right? That's what needs to happen. And that'll be in the action items here. So they feel like, okay, yes, I've been heard, and also we're gonna have the discussion that my concerns or questions I have. The next thing is after you're all done, so you went through everybody, we talked about our actions and next steps. They're captured here, and making sure you're not missing anything. Right, this is the opportunity to capture these and next steps, because these also might be feedback for the product itself. So you might have to actually convert these to user stories. So important as well, you can convert these pretty easy if you highlight it, right? So if these are actions, you can highlight it and create issue. So easy way to move that into Jira, because it doesn't get in the backlog, might not get done, right? So it's important that it doesn't get lost on a Confluence page and not in the team's plan or proposed work. So this is a really cool feature that I use all the time. Last thing is thank everyone for attending. those people can be anywhere. They can be not there. They can be in another meeting. They can be taking a break. But you know what? They're here and they're present and they're giving feedback, which is going to save your team a lot as you go further in this product backlog, right? Maybe in rework or maybe in customer adoption, things like that. So thank everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your time. You could be anywhere, but you're here because this is going to help you in the long run. So those are the top items that I have for my demos. You can see here, there's a page that I have some dates and participants. Usually I'll put the recording on here as a page as well to capture that. And you have it all in one spot. So people can come back to it. People can take a look at this, go and see what happened. And your team could be successful. So again, high level of the goals for this, that I look as a Scrum Master in the practical portion of this using Confluence. But you can use another type of process or a wiki. But remember, prepare the agenda prior to meeting, start the recording, make sure the teams are presenting their work, capture the feedback and actions, right, into the same page for the next sprint or from the stakeholders. Set up any follow-up discussions if needed, if the sessions become too detailed. And then thank everyone for attending. Simple as that. So I hope all of you enjoyed this video. Hope this helps to put that practicality into the theory. And please subscribe, like this video. And again, if you want this checklist that you've seen here, contact me, can give you invited and get you this checklist so you can use it within your teams to make your team successful in the sprint review and demo.